nirvana are kileshas?
We are learning about the truth of what is there, to understand the nature of what is there. As Buddha had enlightened, all are dhammas and all are anatta. All dhammas are anatta. Learn just to let go the idea about nivārana. I have nivārana, right? Or no one, just nivārana. That's why learn to let go, clinging to that which is there right now, to understand what is it. It's there now, right as it is, but no one knows. So how can there be the letting go of the idea of I have nivārana? How many nivāranas are there? And when it's there, can there be the understanding of it, not just the word? Even now we are talking about nivārana, but even it's there right now is unknown. Or to learn to understand what is there, not only the word, but the truth. So now, learn to understand the meaning of nivārana. So we begin to understand, is it real? What have you heard about the word nivārana?
Ajahn, what we have about the word nirvana is that there are hindrances, they are the obstacles. And when we read Tripitaka, this word is used, nirvana, in the context of jhana.
Now, what is nivārana when it's not jhana? So what's the meaning or the nature of what is taken for nivārana? To understand, not to think about it as it's there as such and such, but when it's there. Is it there now? See,
Yeah, Ajahn. Yeah.
learn about what is nivārana, even right now, not at moment of developing jhana, it's there. We just learn about different moments in life and the moments of developing jhana, not understanding what jhana is and what are the factors of jhana. How can it be known as it is? It's just one own idea about nivārana. It's the hindrance of jhana and so on. But what is it? Begin now. What is nivārana? Why it's nivārana? And what are the nature of nivārana? Little by little, so we can understand deeper and deeper, understanding the way or the manner or the way it's appearing, not just to think about it. Is there nivārana now? If you don't know what is nivārana and how many are there, different moments. So, what is nivārana? It's not you at all. At moment when nivārana arises and is there, so very long, can be the whole day unknown. But learning to understand nivārana, beginning to understand life, beginning to understand the moment which is different by conditions, whether it's nivārana or it is kilesa or whether it's okha and so on. It's not just a word, but the reality, different conditions to be each different moment. Never be the same at all. Even nivārana, previous life, years and years ago, and now not the same one, but the same kind. Learn to understand life is not permanent, and each moment is unknown until the Buddha realized the truth and share his understanding to the others to understand the truth as he has realized, not just to understand the word, but understand this moment, whether there is nivārana or not. So now, carefully study little by little to understand the reality of nivārana, not just the word. So what is it, nivārana? little by little. Is it now? But if you don't know what it is, how can there be the understanding whether it's there now? But when there is the understanding of what is there, it can be known, even by way of considering, because reality arises and falls away in split seconds. But learn to understand each different one. For example, right now, we don't talk about seeing because now there is the word Nivārana. Is it real? What is it? And when is it? So what is Nivārana that you have learned or heard about? What is Nivārana? It has to be one's own considering, not just be told. What is Nivārana now? It's the moment to condition, careful considering to understand it. What is Nivārana? Otherwise, if you don't talk about it, can there be the understanding of the moment when it's there or not there? So now, Kun Asha, what is Nivārana?
Ajahn Asha is saying, Nivārana is like they are the obstacles which let stop, which are the hindrances in understanding of Dhamma.
Obstacle, this moment or not now?
At this moment, it's there.
Is it real?
Ji.
Is it Rupa?
No, Ajahn.
So what is it?
Nama.
That's the word. Because Nama, Rupa, is it now? What kind of Nama? What kind of Rupa? Otherwise, there's no understanding of what is there at all. Just the word. Not enough at all. Because everyone knows what is real has to be one characteristic. It experiences the object or it cannot experience any object at all. So, is it useful to talk about it without understanding it at all?
Ajahn, at this moment, the Nivārana is there, but we don't have any understanding of that moment, whether it is
Why do
Nivārana,
we
whether
go
it's
far
something else.
away from this moment? Because what is there can be, whatever Buddha taught about Nivārana or Kilesa or Ayatana or Paticca, not the word, but the understanding of this very moment, little by little, to let go, wrong understanding. Don't hurry to know this or that. It's just a word, but the truth is that each word represents a reality right now. For example, citta, see, without understanding what is there as it is by the word, carefully considered. Citta is now that which experiences the object right now. See, just the word, little by little, not to be forgotten, in order to get closer, to attend to the characteristic which cannot be other else, only that which is achieved of experiencing what is there. So, what is Nivārana? Is it citta? Is Nivārana citta?
Ajahn, Nivārana is Chetsika.
Not citta, right?
Yes, Ajahn.
Okay. So what is it? What kind of cetasika?
Akusala, 、 Chetsika.
What are they? How many nivārana? How many kinds of cetasika? And what are they? In order that it can be known when it's there now. Or
Ajahn,
they're not now yet. But when it's there in the future or any moment, it can be known because we have learned and considered the difference between citta and cetasika, and even among cetasikas, what is nivārana and what is not nivārana.
right, Ajahn.
Okay, so now how many nivāranas are there?
I don't know, Ajahn.
Okay, so what is nivārana?
Nivārana is hindrance, Ajahn.
Hinder what?
Hindrance means I am not understanding, Ajahn. But Nivārana is right now, present moment.
Right now?
Yes,
So
Ajahn.
what it hinders now is right now. So what does it hinder? See, it's not just the word, the understanding of the truth is much more important. That is the way that is so very subtle.
Right, Ajahn.
Understanding of the teachings has to be understanding the subtlety of all kinds of Dhamma. Even hardness right now, even that which is seen right now, even thinking right now, even no
Yeah.
understanding the nivārana right now. See, all are real. Each one is different. That's why when we use the word hindrance, it hinders what? See, it hinders what?
Understanding, Ajahn.
Okay, understanding what?
Understanding for present moment, understanding for realities.
So what is that very moment which hinders? We have to understand that nivārana, not in word, but the moment is there when one says it's there right now. It's not just a word, but the characteristic of that which hinders the truth right now. If it's not known, how can it be eradicated?
Right, Ajahn.
Okay, so we learn to understand this moment or any moment. What is that which hinder right now? Hinder the understanding of the truth right now, or hinder the moment of kusala, any moment, any kind of kusala. It's a hinder the moment of kusala when it's there. So what is it? Learn to understand the moment when it's there, not the word. So what is there in the book? How many kinds of nivārana?
I don't know, Ajahn.
So you got this word from what? The text or what?
Ajahn, I have read before, but for Asha it is first time.
Okay, you read about nivārana. What are they that you read? Did it say how many nivārana are there? Or just the word nivārana in the book? We have to be exact and truthful to understand the truth, which is so very subtle. When it's wrong, it never be the object which is experienced at all. Even it's there. No understanding of it. So how many of them, or what is just one nivārana? while there are many moments of akusala, because nivārana is just a kind of akusala or kilesa, cetasika. But what are they which hinders at what moment? Say, this is the understanding of reality right now, because people just read about nivārana, but not enough understanding when it's there to be known. Just keep on thinking from what is said in the book. But the word in the book represents the nature, the truth of what is there to be known as Dhamma, Adhamma, Anatta. This is the point of understanding what is there. Not just read without any understanding at all. So just one kind of nivārana. Can you consider what is it? Just one kind. What did it say in the book? How many kinds? Or none at all? Or just the word nivārana?
Ajahn, doubt.
How
In the
many kinds of kilesa which hinder performs the function of nivārana? So subtle that it cannot be known at all. If there's no considering so carefully, a little more careful, a little more careful. This is the way to study the Dhamma, the words of truth, shared by the Enlightened One, his great wisdom and his great compassion, his great virtues. Otherwise, it doesn't have any meaning at all. Just open the book and what do you understand? This means that and that's that. What about now? It's just follow the word, just copy the word. But what about the understanding of reality right now as a Dhamma? So the first one, or just one nivārana, do you know? What is nivārana? There are not only one reality, more than that. So how many realities are nivārana? Dhamma is so subtle. Without considering carefully, no one understands the virtues of the Buddha and his great compassion for everyone. To listen carefully to understand the very subtle reality. Can you remember now just one nivārana? Or just open the book? Because we don't talk just about the word. We talk about each very, very fine, very, very subtle reality, which is not easy to be known.
Ajahn, Akhil mentioned doubt.
Okay. At this moment, he cannot know because of doubt. Is that right? Is that right? Now he cannot know because it's doubt at that moment. So doubt hinders the understanding of what appears and what is said about it, right? There will be less doubt when there is a little more understanding. So now begin to understand what is meant by nivārana, right?
Right.
And what else? Not just doubt, which hinders. This is to learn to understand life, real life, true life, each moment, as Dhamma, not anyone at all. So now, not forget about doubt. It's hinder. So the only way to have less doubt is understanding by considering. and understand the nature of that which is so subtle, even doubt is hindrance of understanding. That's why if there is still doubt about the word, about the truth, at that moment, it cannot understand the truth because it's doubt. But when there is very careful, very wise considering of that which is now appearing, there can be less doubt. So doubt can be eradicated, never arise again at moment of sotapanna. After sotapanna, can there be doubt?
No, Ajahn.
All kinds, or there is still some kinds. That's why we have to learn more careful about just one word, Nivārana. So sotapanna doesn't have doubt, and from then on, Sakatagami, Anagami, Arahata never have doubt because what is made by eradication. It's the end of Sankhara-khanda to condition doubt. But without doubt, can there be other Nivārana? Without doubt, can there be other Nivārana? Nivārana eradicates doubt. Absolutely.
Yes.
Ultimately, never to arise again from that moment on in samsara. Otherwise, no difference between sotapanna and the one who is not sotapanna.
Ajahn, there are other like sensual desires, like the ill will, like sloth and temper, right? Restlessness. So even they are more. They are not one.
That's why I learn about the truth of each reality. Even there's no doubt, there are still other kilesa, unwholesome reality, which is nivārana. When it's there, not just very shortly. So what about doubt all day or few moments? See, more than just one. When there is doubt and then it's gone because no interest about it, we don't talk about it anymore. It seems like there's no doubt at all, but actually doubt does not arise because it does not arise all the time, only when it's there. But for the sotapanna, no doubt at all. Never be any moment of doubt after attaining the enlightenment at level of sotapanna. So it means that there can be a kusala, but not as much as to be nivārana. For example, what about anger, irritation, that you cannot sleep because it's there all the time? Just think about it almost all day or any time before sleeping. It's there. Just thinking about that, which is irritated or angered. Is that not nivārana? Hinder the moment of understanding that even that very moment of anger, no matter what level, it hinders considering about the truth that it's just a reality. No one can stop it because whatever arises is conditioned. And this is the way to let go all kinds of kilesa at moment of understanding. And that moment is Sat Dec. So we talk about just the word is not enough. We have to learn from the very beginning about what cetasikas are unwholesome, by what manners, and what are the wholesome reality cetasika, which cannot be any kind of akusala. For example, when there is considering about the truth of what is heard, even before sleeping, it is not doubt. It does not hinder, but it's time to condition right understanding, to let go doubt, because it begins to attend to the nature of that, from hearing to the moment of considering and so on. So it's about life each moment, the moment of Nivārana and the moment of kusala, and moment of clinging to one object, sensuous object, what is seen. So very beautiful. It can be clothes, or it can be nature, or it can be whatever is there. At that moment, no thought about the truth. It's just that which is seen. So right understanding understands what hinders. So it can gradually let go, condition for that to arise. For example, one gets angry so long, and it's there even when one wakes up or before sleep. That's all. It's there by conditions. No understanding, not seeing the danger of that. It's not the moment which harms anyone else or the others or the one you get angry about, but it's only reality which arises and harms or hurt that very moment, not to be kusala, forgiveness, or keep on getting angry. See, all our daily life understood the moment when it's there, akusala, no pause at all, just think about it while one is eating, while one is dressing, while one is going to bed and so on. How come? By conditions. So right understanding keeps away from clinging to that moment as I am angry with that person, never forgive and so on. But forgiveness doesn't mean just be fond or try to make that person happy and so on. It has to be wise forgiveness too, to help that person to understand deeper of what has been done and how can it be less. When there's no more kusala, it's still like that. It cannot be less. And one thing that it's all right, it's forgotten, but no thought about it, or sometimes thinking about it. But when it's really forgiveness, no thought about the others' mistakes and so on. But not to try to help that person so much, like, oh, I'm your good friend and so on. To be good friend is to help the others to understand the truth and behave according to understanding the truth more and more. So there are many things to be known, what is the right way and what is the wrong way. Even Kāma-chanda, on and on, thinking all day about what to have breakfast tomorrow and so on. Is that Nivārana? Any moment when it's not kusala and it keeps on thinking about that, it is Nivārana. Any moment of akusala, which is not kusala, and the conditions to keep on thinking about it, not forget or not let go at all, not understanding that it's akusala. Whatever will arise is conditioned
Right,
by
Ajahn.
conditions. Please, any question?
Ajahn, when you were telling about the all day, so but in the all day, we don't have anger, we don't have doubt, but we have got many other things uh, like sloth and torpor is there, restlessness is there. There are many more. Envy is there, brooding is there. Many things are there apart from doubt. So
Kusala
these
or akusala?
akushla, Ajahn.
So it is Nivārana when it's
Yes,
there
Ajahn.
longer. Not forget that at all. Just think about it. Even it's not doubt. It can be what is seen, what it tastes, and what is touched. Keep on thinking about that. It seems like it's not hindrance, but in truth, whatever is akusala is that clinging more than usual, because now there is clinging to what is seen right now, so very short. But when it's there more and more, almost all day, all night, the characteristic of that which is nivārana appears. It hinders moment of kusala. Instead of thinking about the nature of that reality to be known, it's not that. It just clings to the story, to the events, to what happens, and on and on. Is that nivārana? Keep away from kusala. To know how much you understand about nivārana, true. So now, a little more understanding of nivārana. A little
Right.
more.
Yes,
Is
Ajahn.
that right? Is that right?
Right, Ajahn. Right, Ajahn.
More understanding. And it has to be known, not just talk about. For example, today just doing something about what you like all day, and by then the word of truth can be reminded. It's nivārana, because it doesn't condition the understanding of what is there. So begin to understand what is meant by obstacle, hindrance, because the moment of akusala, no matter what kind, no understanding, because akusala is conditioned by avijja. So learn to understand what is meant, what reality is hindrance. It has to be all kinds of akusala. Is that right?
Right, Ajahn. Right, Ajahn.
That's why who eradicate all nivārana, who can eradicate all kinds of akusala, or has
Wisdom, Ajahn.
eradicated arahata, right?
Right, Ajahn. Right.
So one can understand many degrees of nivārana, that which cannot be known all day because no understanding enough. So what is there which is so very little cannot be known yet, because panya is not strong enough to be more or stronger. That's why stage by stage, for Sotapanna, before Sotapanna, what are Nivārana, after Sotapanna, what are Nirvana, after being Sakatakami, what Nirvana, until not any akusala is left at all. It's all gone. That is Arahata, no Nivārana.
Right, Ajahn.
For anyone who does not develop samatha, is there Nivārana?
Nivārana
So
is
now
there.
begin to understand different manners, different aspects of akusala.
Yes, Ajahn. Yes, Ajahn.
So when there is right understanding, can we say all kinds of akusala is nivārana, hindrance of right understanding, and kusala. That's why
अगर
sometimes there are the words about nivārana, 5 nivāranas and 6 nivārana. 5 kinds of nivārana, and some place 6 kinds of nivārana. Because by different people, different level of understanding, for Sotapanna, for Sakatakama, for Arahata, the 5 nivārana hinders the development of samatha. They just think about that. So for whom 5 and when it's 6? See, all are true by different aspects. So it's the understanding of kilesa, unwholesome vicikiccha. When it's not strong enough in a day, can it be known that it hinders moments of kusala? For example, right now, there is clinging to seeing, hearing, and other realities. Are they known? That it's nivārana because it's not strong. So no one knows whether there is nivārana, the 5 nivāranas today, or in the morning, or now. But the attachment to the sensuous object is the enemy of the development of samatha. What's the benefit of understanding nivārana?
Ajahn Asha is adding, it will lead us towards more understanding.
There will be less hindrance to understand the teachings and understand why and what condition moment of no understanding or no kusala moment.
Or paristhiti.
About there are moments of akusala in the day, uncountable, comparing to moment of kusala.
Right, Ajahn.
And what hinder the moment of kusala? If it's not known, there must be moment of akusala on and on and on. So when we say all kinds of akusala hinder the moment of kusala, that is not enough. So more to learn about what the hindrances of akusala.
Ajahn, please repeat.
Because without understanding the moment which is kusala is different from moment which is akusala. What hinder the moment of kusala to arise? It's not known. It's there. Hinder. On and on and on. So this moment, what are the hindrances of any kind of kusala to arise?
Ajahn Asha is adding, there are doubts which are hindrances in understanding.
Okay. And how can doubt be less?
Ajahn Asha is saying that when we will consider more about the Dhamma, and then we will have the more understanding.
And if we don't talk about the manners that are kusala hinder, how can it be known that it's now hinder?
Never it can be known without it.
So now, shall we learn about the 5 hindrances, nivārana?
Yes, Ajahn.
Okay. At moment of enjoying anything through eyes, ears, on and on, is that hindrances?
Yes.
If it's not pointed out at that moment, it's the clinging to sensuous object, hinder the moment of kusala. For example, enjoying what is seen and heard and so on. At that moment, it hinders the moment of kusala because at that moment it is enjoying the object. So at any moment of clinging to the sensuous object, that's the moment of understanding Kāma-chanda nivārana. Is
right,
it
Ajahn.
in the book or is it now?
Present moment.
It's now, Ajahn.
So the person who understands the danger of clinging to the sensuous object begin to have less clinging. And only the person who see the danger of clinging to the sensuous object understand what's the way to have less attachment to the sensuous object. That's why we say the development of samatha bhavana. So the moment of just stay away or have not the moment of experiencing sensuous object is the only way to have less clinging, Kāma-chanda nivārana. So without understanding the path leading to become quite away from attachment to the sensuous object only, can be conditioned to have more calm. Does anyone see the danger of moments of clinging to a sensuous object all day?
Ajahn, Asha is saying no.
That's so true. That is such a parami. Be true
यही
to the
यही
truth.
सच्चा पारमी है.
Because no understanding of the danger of being attached to what is seen and heard in a day at all. It has to be the level of panya which see the danger of clinging so much to sensuous objects, which lead to ill deeds and ill speech and all kinds of akusala karma. So in a day, does anyone see the danger of clinging to sensuous objects so much that it can lead to ill speech and ill deeds and all kinds of very serious akusala karma? So it has to be only that person who understands the danger of clinging to sensuous object condition the akusala karma, very serious or very heavy karma, akusala karma. For the enlightenment of the Buddha, no one understands the way to enlighten the truth of anatta as much as they can know is the danger of attachment to the sensuous object and how to have less. That is the way to develop samatha bhavana. So just want to be calm without understanding the danger of the clinging to sensuous object. Can it be calm? And without understanding the way to be calmer and calmer, can it be calm or more and more attachment to that one would like to be? So when someone say that now I'm developing samatha, I just sit and concentrate on one object. Is that the way or the path to have the tranquil meditation, samatha bhavana?
नहीं समझता.
No, Ajahn.
Is it hindrance?
Yes, Ajahn.
Because it's clinging to something which that person might think that it's the way, but actually it's just clinging to the other moment, the other way, but not right. Even samatha bhavana has to be studied in order to understand whether it's the way of calmness or the way of no understanding and attachment to different objects.
Yes, Ajahn.
So now, again, about nivārana. Are all kinds of akusala nivārana?
Yes, Ajahn.
Okay, so now we talk about the first one, Kāma-chanda nivārana. Every moment from morning up to now, all
Yes,
about
Ajahn.
Kāma-chanda, right? Just cling to it on and on and on, unknowingly that is Kāma-chanda nivārana because it hindered the moment of understanding the truth. And what else besides the Kāma-chanda? The daily life. So now no doubt about Kāma-chanda nivārana. So we can go on the next one. So what is the next? In
तो
daily
अब
life,
अगला क्या है?
it's nivārana, unknown that is nivārana. But all kinds of kusala is nivārana. Usually when it's not Kāma-chanda, it is Byapada nivārana. Begin to understand even moment of anger, aversion, it hinders the development of right understanding or just understanding the truth at that moment. At moment of thinking about someone with hatred and no understanding about what is there at all. Hatred is there, thinking about that person in different ways and manners about their behavior that you do not like. So it is Byapada nivārana. Is there in life? It's time to understand one's own fault, one's own akusala, one's own nivārana. Just
Right.
dwelling in thinking about the others with hatred or irritation. Yes. Understanding the truth. Is it dangerous to keep on thinking about the others' unwholesomeness, unwholesome deeds? Or is useless?
Ajahn, it's useless.
Okay, so the Dhamma is the only way the mirror, the looking glass, sees one's own reality right then.
Right, Ajahn.
Otherwise, what is the benefit of understanding what is Nivārana? So the next one, vicikiccha, doubt. When it's doubt, it's not the understanding of what is there as it is. So at moment of akusala, moment of ignorance, no understanding the truth, the conditions are there to condition akusala all day. If we don't talk about vipaka and kriya citta.
Right, Ajahn.
The miracle of the teachings of the Buddha to condition understanding the truth as not I or anyone, they are all dhammas, and understand what is wholesome and what is unwholesome. When there's no understanding, it has to be a moment of ignorance and akusala. But when right understanding is there, it can understand the truth of the nature of that which is wholesome or which is unwholesome. Otherwise, the unwholesome cannot be less. Is there any doubt about what has been heard about vicikiccha nivārana? Or understanding that what is vicikiccha nivārana?
Ajahn, Asha is adding, she wants to hear more about from you regarding vicikiccha nivārana.
Okay, vicikiccha is doubt about the truth, whether it's true. That doubt hinders the understanding of what is there said. For example, seeing now, ignorance, attachment are the nivārana, hinders the understanding of the truth. Or doubt about whether it's I or whether it's just a reality. Doubt.
Right, सही कह रहे sir, सही कह रहे.
Can doubt arise together with right understanding?
No.
See, that's why understanding. Moment of doubt, no understanding. And moment of understanding, no doubt about what is said or what is talked about.
Right, Ajahn.
That's why now, is there any doubt about vicikiccha nivārana?
No, Ajahn.
So what are the other two nivārana? See, all kinds of akusala, condition, nivārana, moments of no understanding, as long as it's dwelling on ignorance.
Okay, Ajahn. Right, Ajahn.
So please say all of them that you have heard and understood. The nivārana, the first.
Ajahn, Kāma-chanda nivārana.
Yes. Shall we talk about what is that can be known? For example, Kāma-chanda nivārana. In the day, we are busy about what we like and try to have it more and more and on and on. So it is Kāma-chanda, the interest of having Kāma all day, right? And opposite of it is Byapada, Nivārana, that you won't like at all. And the one you are interested very much, what is that? Vicikiccha nivārana, right?
Yes, Ajahn.
And when you cannot understand it, it is vicikiccha, right?
Yes, Ajahn.
It's nivārana through you keep on thinking about it, wanting to have it, or why don't you have it, and so on. And clinging to that which has been done, wrong or right deeds. Can it be vicikiccha about that, the wrong deeds that has been done?
Yes, Ajahn.
And the next, tinamita.
Yes.
At that moment, no need to understand anything, right? Better to
Right,
sleep.
Ajahn.
So it's nivārana. But if it's not wanting to sleep, but it listen to the Dhamma and understanding more and more, you see the benefit of not just sleep and no understanding. But when it's not moment of sleeping, it can be moment of understanding the truth. So it's not nivārana when it's not sleeping or drowsy or sloth and torpor.